So you think I'm lazy, huh? You didn't think I was gonna put any news out on a Saturday, huh? Well, had to go to the grocery store to get some food. Yeah, and pay some bills too. Yeah, so yeah, pay the bills first, then went to the grocery store. But I'm back, by the way. So, I got the Steam OS for December finished. Yeah, caught up with that. Yeah, so yeah. Now I got to catch up on my Proton updates, hotfix, experimental, and GE. Yeah, I'm on it. Remember, June 12th. Remember? Oh, by the way, hello viewers, me again. Another beautiful day, by the way. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Yep. I'll be telling people I don't celebrate the new year. So when they try to say that HW to me, HW, what was it? HNY. I'm like, have a blessed year. That's what I say. Anyway, so yeah, but I'm back though. Oh yeah. See, so I'm just browsing through the list here. See what I can come up with. News wise, yeah. But got you guys covered, man. I gotta put something out. Something of some sort. Yes, it's winter right now, and yeah, out here we're getting some rain right now, but up in the snowy areas there's snow, so you know we're not done seeing rain yet or snow. Okay, so anyway, what am I doing here? Trying to find some news. Yeah, gotta look through the list. Keep you guys in the loop and up to date as usual. Okay. January the 3rd. Time flies, doesn't it?
Early today.
No, not you. Not you. Not you. Okay, get out of there.
At my direction.
Nope. Not you. Let's see what Pharonics have. Yeah. What do we got here on Pharonics? Let's see here. Okay. There's something about KDE. Okay, let's see what KDE have. How many minutes I took off the clock already? Almost 3. Anyway, KDE Plasma 6.6 fixes a common panel related crash, improves OpenBSD support. Says here KDE developer Nate Graham is out with the first issue of this week's in Plasma for 2026. Says last week was a warning that this week in Plasma could become less frequent without new volunteers. Says to help take over, Nate Graham announced that John Vaness has stepped up to help co-author these weekly KDE developments. Says this week, for enhancing accessibility support under Wayland, Plasma Wayland session now supports the slow key functionality. Also for improving accessibility, the zoom effects now has a mode where the pointer never leaves the center of the physical screen. Says for Plasma 6.6, the emoji selector app now lets the user select the preferred skin tone for the emojis of hands and people. Plasma 6.6 will also now treat using a game controller as an activity to prevent the computer from automatically going to sleep. Says here, or locking when using your game controller. Says here, this week one of the most common panel related Plasma crashes was also fixed for Plasma 6.6. It says this next step release also brings improvements and fixes for OpenBSD support. Yeah, more details on Plasma improvement this week via this blog post. Yeah, of course there's 14 comments on it. Yeah. Okay, Radv, what are you up to? Let's see what we have for Radv. All right, what's this? Radv driver lands another big improvement for early AMD GCN graphics card. Says here, beyond Linux 6.19, switching old AMD GCN 1.0 and 1.1 GPUs to AMD GPU kernel driver by default. Says for better performance, Radv out of the box, and more. There are still more improvements planned for these aging AMD graphics card. Timur Christoph of Valve Linux graphics team has been leading the efforts to enhance the old graphics card support. On Friday night merge a big improvement for the Radv Vulkan driver Mesa 26.0. Says for these original graphics core next GCN GPUs, Timur landed a set of patches to mitigate VM faults for GFX6 and GFX7 class hardware. GFX6 is the original GCN 1.0 GPUs, including the likes of the Cave Verde, Crane, and Tahiti Olan, and Hainan hardware GFX7 cover Pioneer, Kabini, Mullins, and Cavalry and Hawaii GPUs. A long-standing problem when using Radv drivers with these aging GPUs has been encountering VM faults when running the Vulkan command test suite. Says here, CTS are more prominently for Linux gamers when playing titles like Cyberpunk 2077. There could be thousands of VM faults per second. This merge mitigates all these VM faults happening on AMD's GFX6, GFX7 GPUs. Fundamentally issued is in those GPUs having a hardware bug with SMEM instruction access in memory, even when it's out of bound, in turn causing a VM fault due to unmapped pages. This fix for all these VM faults is merged for the Mesa 26.0 release due out later this quarter. Yeah, got you guys covered, man. Yeah, got to put the news out. Got to put something out, you know. All right, what's this? What else we got here? Anything on the gaming news here? All right, okay. Let's see, what's this one? Okay. Linux addressing out-of-memory killer inaccuracy on large core counts. Says here a patch is on the way to the Linux kernel and looks like it could be ready for 6.27.0 kernel for addressing out-of-memory OOM killer inaccuracy behavior when dealing with large core count system. A patch by Linux developer Matt Desnoyer made it into Andrew Morton's Everything queue this week to fix out-of-memory killer inaccuracy on large many-core system. In early 2025, it was reported that there were inaccuracies in the OOM killer when dealing with today's high core count system, at least in the 250 plus core/thread count range. Says here, recently several internal servers had an RSS usage regression as a part of a kernel upgrade. Previously, they were on a pre-6.2 kernel and were able to read RSS statistics in a backup watchdog process to monitor and decide if they overrun their memory budget. Says here, now, however, a representative service with 5 threads expect to use about 100 megabytes of memory on a 250 CPU machine. Had memory usage tens of megabytes, different from the expected amount. This constitutes a significant percentage of inaccuracy, causing the watchdog to act. Says here, this is a really tremendous inaccuracy for any few thread programs on a large machine and impedes monitoring significantly. These stats encounter are also used to make OOM killing decisions, so this additional inaccuracy could make a big difference in OOM situation, either resulting in the wrong process being killed or in less memory being returned from an OOM kill than expected. It says here, finally, while the change to the per CPU count does significantly improve the accuracy over the previous per thread error for many threaded service, it does also have performance implications, up to 12% slower for short-lived process and 9% increased system time in make test workload. It says here, this patch working its way to the main kernel, hopefully for the upcoming Linux 6.20-70 cycle, should address those inaccuracies. Yeah, got 11 comments too. Anyway, keep moving here. What else we got on the Linux? Linux news. Okay, what do we got? What's this? Yeah, gotta keep you Linux users in the loop. You know, what's this one? Okay, here's another one. New Linux patch allows more easily changing Tux kernel boot logo. This is a new patch series that was posted this week. Allow for users to more easily replace the default kernel boot logo. While many of us are long accustomed to seeing the picture of Tux as the kernel boot logo, for those preferring to better customize your console boot experience, these patches allow it to be easily manipulated via the kernel configuration kconfig options. It says some already modify the Linux kernel boot logo themselves via patching the source code and make file, but a patch series sent out by Vincent Mailho allow for more easily customizing the boot logo via the kernel configuration, with relying on the boot logo for file location via the kconfig. Also allows cleaning up some of the code logic as well. And then it says here, the proposed patch adds logo space Linux space mono space file for allowing monochrome boot logo in PBM file format, or these is also logo space Linux space Vega 16 space file for a 16 color PPM boot logo file, or logo space Linux space CLUT 224 split space file. CLUT 224 is one word. It's for a 224 color logo, also in PPM format. It says this patch serviced by Vincent Mailhull provide those new kconfig option for more easily customizing the kernel boot logo. For those wondering why this is a build time option and not punted out to a runtime / boot option, due to the kernel logo being loaded early in the boot process, it would need to be stored either in init or the file system. For keeping things simple and not delaying the boot logo, it's a build time option. And yeah, that's that. 23 comments. Anyway, now keep moving here. What else we got for you Linux folks? Yeah, gotta keep you guys in the loop, man. Oh yeah. Keep moving. Alright. Okay, Tom's Hardware, what you have? Anything on Linux? Okay, alright. Alright, nothing on the Linux front. Alright. Gotta keep moving, man. Yeah, this is a new year, so everybody's coming back from their little, are still on holidays or coming back from it. Yeah. Yeah, so get ready for what's this new Crash Bandicoot game teases surface. Our boy. Let's see, what's this? Yeah, you gotta come out with a new Crash Bandicoot. If they keep making Mario, man, you best believe you gotta come out with something new. Especially with Crash Bandicoot. Got to. What's this? This is on the Gaming Bible. What's this? It says here, one eagle-eyed Crash Bandicoot fan may have just noticed our first hint at the return of our favorite furry friend, and it's safe to say that we're feeling the hype. It's hard to believe that it has been 2 years since the latest Crash Bandicoot entry was released, while Crash Team Rumble arrived back in June 2023. Since then, in 2024, it was revealed by video game historian Liam Robertson that Activision had canceled a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot 4 after discovering alleged artwork and story concept. So where does that leave us? Well, no new Crash Bandicoot entry has been confirmed to be in development, but a recent discovery may just hint that the platform/racing game may be far from over. Originally developed by Naughty Dog back in 1996, the Crash Bandicoot franchise has become one in leaps and bounds, with various developers taking the helm, as well as the experimentation of different genres, ranging from platformer to all racing game. However, according to this recent discovery, it seems as though another racing game is on the cards, spotted by Jack Black 203 over on r/Crash Bandicoot. A new header image on the official BNox Twitter account showcase a modern-looking Crash Bandicoot in a car of some sort. Alright. Crash Bandicoot. Well, if they're coming out with a new Sonic and a new Mario, then Crash got to keep up. Oh yeah, can't be falling behind on no Crash game, especially in the mascot department. Nah, can't do that. Got to keep moving, man. So you got to keep up. If Nintendo's coming out with a new Mario and Sega, so then Sega has to come out with a new Sonic, and then a new Crash Bandicoot has to be made. That's just the way it is. You know, whenever Nintendo comes out with a new Mario, then Sega has to follow with a new Sonic, and then a new Crash Bandicoot. Activision has to follow suit with a new Crash Bandicoot. Oh yeah, gotta do that, man. Keep up with the times. Oh yeah, keep up with the times. Especially when Mario has a fan base and Sonic has a fan base. Crash Bandicoot has a fan base, so those developers can't be dragging their feet on a game like that. Can't be falling behind with making no excuses about Crash. Gotta keep up, man. You got kids to teenagers to adults that like that game. I like Crash Bandicoot. So when a new game don't show up, oh yeah, you gotta have to raise questions. Okay, what's this? Okay, anything else? Okay, Resident Evil Requiem becomes one of Steam's biggest listed title with 4 million wish list. Alright. Yeah. Okay, keep moving. Gotta keep moving, man. So yeah, when it comes to those games like Spyro, Crash, Sonic, Mario, who else can I think of? Astrobot, Little Big Planet. What's that? Little Big Planet? Those games got to get made, man. They have to get made, seriously, because there's a user base for those games. They have to get made. No excuses. Okay. They have to. That's just the way it works, man. Can't leave those games behind, huh? No way. Can't leave those games behind. What's this? Okay. Another KDE update. Oh yeah. You gotta have those games made, man. Yeah. That's for the kids. That's for the teenagers. That's for the young adults, middle-aged adults, and old adults. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta get those games made, man. Bring up a new story and new, you know, even if you come out with a hot game, like a game that's like in a like say first person, third person, you know, gotta get your platformers made, man. That's like Ori right now. Ori has a fan base. Ori has a fan base, and the fans of that game they want a third game. Just saying. So yeah. Anyway, what's this good news for gamers? KDE Plasma will no longer sleep when your controller is plugged in. Alright. This is on NeoWin. Let me tackle this. It says here, KDE team has published the first this weekend Plasma update for the new year, highlighting new accessibility features for Plasma 6.6 and small fixes and improvements for 6.5.5 and Plasma 6.6.0 set to release next month. There is now an implementation of the slow key accessibility feature for the Wayland session. Slow key was designed for people who have trouble with fine motor controls. It works by making you press and hold a key for a short specific time before the system accepts the input. With the help prevent accidental key press. Besides bringing slow key to Wayland, Plasma 6.6 will also improve its zoom accessibility effects with a new centered strict mode that keeps the mouse pointer locked in the exact center of your screen. Then it says other changes to expect when Plasma 6.6 launches includes a new preference setting in the emoji selector application that lets you pick a default skin tone for emojis of people and hands. And then it says your computer will no longer automatically fall asleep or lock the screen when your game controller is connected in use, and is now correctly registered as system activity. Laptops that are plugged in are unplugged while asleep will now wake up with full awareness of their new power state. And it says, as for bug fixes, KDE Plasma 6.6 addresses issues in spectacle where toolbar could appear off screen on misaligned multi-monitor setups, and in kickoff where the new badge could overflow for apps with very long names. Plasma 6.5.5, the fifth bug fix release for Plasma 6.5 is expected to arrive on the 13th of this month. For users on operating system like OpenBSD, the Discover Software Center is in this release will now use the correct OS name when prompting you to search online for an application it cannot find. It says the update also corrects an issue that caused some Plasma pop-ups to remain open even after the loss of focus. Even after they lost focus. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let me keep going here. So yeah, games like say like a Banjo-Kazooie or those games. Those games got to be made. Because there are people out there that love those. Whoops! Oh, I didn't do that. Come back here. I didn't do that. Oh man, what did I just do? I think I just deleted something that I shouldn't delete. I gotta go look for it. Anyway, yeah. So those games cannot be forgotten. because there's a user base for those games. And what did I just delete? Okay. Okay, alright. That should do it. Anyway, yeah. So, that's all the news. I got the report. But yeah.
What do you think, someone's watching?
Get out. What am I looking at? Anything else? That should do it. Yeah. No more Linux news, man. I was looking at the list so we can come. So Hollow Knight Silksong wins Steam Game of the Year. All right. Okay. Let's see. What else? Anything else? Nope. Nope. And that is that. So you guys are good. News, deals, games, update. The usual. Yeah. Yeah, whatever news I'll find, I'll let you guys know. So yeah, you guys are good though. But that should hold you Linux users for now until next time. Yeah. But games like those, man, have to be made, man. There's a user base for them. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. If it's snowing or if you're in the snow, stay indoors. If it's rainy, stay indoors. Bring an umbrella. Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye for now.